Okay, so today we're going to make a fun little program that's called an insult and compliment generator. So we're going to make an app on your phone that anytime somebody upsets you and you can't really figure out what to say, you can just hit a button and the appropriate insult will immediately come out. Or if you really feel good about somebody or something and you're kind of speechless, you can just hit a button and a wonderful compliment will pop out onto your phone screen. So on this one, we're going to do our shopping first. So right click on your desktop and make a folder called compliment comp. Call it comp or pictures or whatever you want to call it. It's where we're going to do our shopping and put our pictures. So back in your search engine of choice, we're going to type in ComplimentGenerator2 and go to the image tab. And there's a lot. Now, if you're on a school computer, some of these may be blocked, but there are really some pretty amazingly fun things here. No, that's crazy. That ain't real. So remember, you click on the picture, and then when you're in this view, you can right-click on it, Save Image As. Right-click on the moving one, Save Image As. Navigate to your folder. Mine's called Disses and GIFs, and this is going to be, I'm going to call it Crazy. Make sure you give it a really simple name and make sure it is a GIF. Okay, so I've already done my shopping. I've got 3 compliments and 3 disses or insults, and you need at least 3. You could do 4 or 5 or 6 if you're really into it, but at least 3 GIFs that express an insult and 3 GIFs that express a compliment. Put them in that folder. So now fire up App Lab, and we should probably just name it off the bat. Let's just rename the first thing we do. Let's call it Insult Generator. Now you can call it whatever. You can call it Compliment Generator. I'm sticking with Insult Generator, and I'm going to hit Save. Naming your project right off the bat is a pretty good thing to do. All right. Obviously, let's go to the Design tab and let's make the design of this. It's going to be pretty simple. We're going to pull up an image again and fill the screen with it, side to side. Let's put some text on this one too. Let's put a text area right beneath that. Size it up across the screen. And let's make sure our text is going to be centered in that box when it pops up. And then we need 2 buttons. We need an insult and a compliment. So grab a button, drop it down, resize it all the way across the screen to look like a phone app, and then click on that button. You notice it's got a name and a text, and I want the other button to look exactly the same. So I'm going to hit duplicate over here and then pull the second button down, and I have 2 buttons that are identical in shape. So click back on the first button. The first button is going to say insult. And then the second button is going to say compliment. And we're good. That's the design area. We're going to throw up an insult here and an insulting picture. We're going to throw up a compliment and a complimentary picture. All right, so go to code. And this is an event-driven or a button-driven program. So grab an event. And the event that's going to happen is they're going to click on this button 1. So let's grab button 1 right here. And when they do, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to throw up a picture and we're going to throw up some words onto the screen. Now this is insult, so this is our insult. Scroll down here to set image URL. And pull that one up. Set image URL. Under this first drop down, you want to choose image 1. Under the second drop down, you want to go upload a file and get to that folder where your GIFs are. I've got one here that says nerd. Let's try that one. So I'm gonna pick that. It's uploading. Actually, it has to go to upload to the server where AppLab is running. That's why it's taking so long. It's too big. All right, well, I've got some others. What about that's cold? I've got one that says that's cold. That one works. Okay. So when we click button 1, this image that cold pops up. Let's see if it works. Click insult. It says, ooh, that's cold. And we also want some text to pop up here too. So let's look for set text. Do you see set text over here? There's get text. There's set text. Stick it under that one in the same loop, in the same event. And we're going to put the text in text area 1. So this first drop down is text area 1. And right here is we're going to type in, ooh, you so cold. All right, let's see if that works. Run, insult, ooh, you so cold. Now obviously you'd want to change the size of the font, work on your design a little bit, but functionally that's it. Now, as many times we've got a button that works here, and we've got a second button we're going to, so we're going to copy and paste this code, make the changes we need to work the second button. My copy and paste is I click outside of the picture, outside of the code, the blocks, I come back and grab them, then I hit Control and C on the keyboard, let go. Then I make sure my cursor is down here at the very bottom, I hit Control V to paste. That looks good. So the changes we need are to switch it to button 2 right here. And for this is going to be a compliment, so I got to go get one of my compliment GIFs. That one looks interesting. Let's choose that one. And this is going to pop up in text area 1 again. We're going to use the same text area. So we're going to say, I think I love you. Right, let's give it a shot. Run, insult, ooh, you so cold. Compliment, I think I love you. That is pretty awesome. All right, so here's the more advanced part of this. This is a pretty good app. It's working. It's got a name, it's got some pictures, but what we're going to do, you get tired of using the same insult every time. So we're going to make choose at random from our 3 different insults and our 3 different compliments. And to do that, we got to do something in programming we're going to create a variable. Now variables are purple in AppLab, and this top part, to be honest with you, is a little confusing. This is when we birth a variable. This is a variable at the hospital and the nursery, comes out of the variable mother, and this is where it's born. So let's put one of those up at the very top. X is not a good name. Ours is going to count, or choice. So let's say choice, C-H-O-I-C-E, because it's going to choose from the 3 pictures. And equals, we're going to start it out at 0, but it's not going to be 0 for long. So we've just created a variable choice. There we go. All right. Then when we push this button, we're going to set variable to random between 1 and 3. It's either going to choose 1 or 2 or 3. And then based upon that, we're going to pick the different pictures. Make sense? So right here, we're clicking in this button. Everything in here happens when we click button 1. Over on the, now we're going to take this one. It looks very similar, but this one just means x equals a new number. This one means create me a variable x and make it be that. This is to declare a variable. This is to assign a variable. It's kind of like when you were born. You only get born once, so you only need one of these. but then there's your name, and maybe you could go change your name. If you didn't like your name, you could go to the courthouse and change it. So we need that one to go right here. And we need one down here too, but we're going to copy and paste here in a second. And we're not using X, we're using choice. So we've got to spell it exactly right. And it's new value for choice. Choice is a number. So it's new value for choice. We're going to go over to math and see if it's got a random function for us. Look at that. Random number. We can go 1 to 3. It'll give us a random number. It'll pick 1, 2, or 3. So that's an orange block. We put 1 in the first. We put 3 right here. And now when we hit button 1, let's go ahead and write it. Yeah. I'm just going to stick a right. Choice. You don't need to do this. I'm just showing you that choice does indeed pick 1 that time. See the tiny 1 up there in the corner? If I run it again, picked 1 again, pick 2, pick 3, 1, 2, 2, 1. So these are the random numbers. Every time we hit the button, it assigns a new number to choice. I'm going to take that right block out. All right, so we're going to use choice. We're going to pick one image if it's 1, another one if it's 2, another if it's 3. So to do that, we need an if. Now, if is under control. And all we need right now is this simple if, this blue one. It goes right under the purple block. And we need to know if choice equals 1. Well, that's going to be back under math. Orange blocks, the 2 equal signs. If choice equals 1, the double equals is asking a question. A single equals is assignment. Like if I said, your name is Matt, that would have to be assignment. That means Matt is your name. But I say, is your name Matt? That would be 2 equal signs, and it would be a yes or no question. So if choice, type in choice there, equals 1. We're going to put this first picture up there and this first text. Choice, not going to work if I don't spell it right. All right, but what about for the other 2 pictures? Well, let's copy the code, the blue code right here. Control C, bring the cursor down, Control V. If choice equals 2, I'm going to go get another GIF. That's an insult. That crazy one should work. And instead of you so cold, I'm going to say, wow, you so crazy. So I've got 1 and 2. Let's do it one more time. Copy this, Control C, bring it down. Now you got to stay within the green event. But if choice equals 3, we're going to go see if I got one more GIF that I can use. That one was too big. Nerd was too big. I think shucks. Shucks will work. Choose that. And you say something like shucks. I didn't know. Shucks. That's too bad. Okay, so let's give it a try. If choice equals 1, we're going to throw up this picture and this text. If choice equals 2, we're going to throw up this picture and this text. If choice equals 3, and it all set off by times. Every time we push the button, we assign choice. We assign it a new number. Here we go. Run. Insult. Ooh, that's so cold. Shucks, that's too bad. There we go. It took a while for the picture to change. There we go. See if we can get that third one. There we go. Here comes the crazy one. So the images aren't really keeping up with our clicks, but probably would change in terms of connection when we build. All right, in case you haven't noticed, this button is done. The insult button is done. All you need to do is grab this stuff inside, right? Control C, get down here, bring your cursor down to the complement button. Choice is fine. All you need to do is change this to a complement picture and write a complement here. You've got 3 of them. And this first one works. First one's already there, so I'm just going to scoot that up. Now I've got 3 complements, 3 disses. My complement and my diss generator is complete. So we've learned a couple really important things. How to declare a variable. We declare a variable at the very top. We say, hey, we need a choice. Set us aside a choice, and let's call it a number. We're going to start out with 0, and then we've got an assignment. Okay, well, now I want choice to equal a random number between 1 and 3. And then we've also got a question. Is choice 1, all right, a conditional. Is choice 1 do this? Is choice 2 do that? This one starts out with a variable, it has a single equal sign. This one starts out with just a single equal sign, does not have the word variable, and this one, the question one, has 2 equal sign. So finish this up, finish up this insult generator. Might not want to share that one with your parents. I don't know, they might like it if they have a sense of humor. Otherwise, it's something you could just use around the playground. Hopefully it won't get you in trouble.